So Rabbi is talking here about the Chassidic Chassidim. Told you the story of someone came to buy some mashke, couldn't find the chassid, and he was sitting with his friends in the basement and saying l'chaim and discussing chassidus. Nowhere to be found. Nonetheless, Rabbi continues, notwithstanding the big mile of the Chassidic Chassidim, by Chassidim there were sayings that brought out the mile of other Chassidim in other towns, in contrast to the Chassidic Chassidim. And so there's a word, the Frierdiker Rebbe said this in the name of the Rebbe Rashav, who said, Miris Taire, a katzev, a nevel a katzev, mer via a Chassidic maskel. I appreciate the butcher in Nevel more than the maskel of Chassidic. So the Rabbi illustrates this. So they tell the story that once, so Chassidic Chassidim was sitting, and as he mentioned before, that even the average chassid there, they all not chassidus, and they had a yediyah and avoneh chassidus, and they were discussing why chassidim go to a rebbe for eitzes and panos. I'm just going to read the way it is, friends. So the conclusion was that because the rebbe is ruach hakodesh, and so the business will be more matzliach. What the question is and what their answer is exactly, but Kabonim, that's what they said. So while they're talking, Taka and Neville, a butcher from Neville, Chaim Meir Mikovich comes from Neville. They're proud of their simple origins, salty down to earth origins. So these Chassidim having these discussions. So this the Neville Katzev walks in and they're telling him what they're discussing. So he says, "Bepashtus. The reason we go to the Rebbe to ask him, Eites Panos, is to know what's the Kavan Al Yoin. What does God want me to do? Should I do this or not? Does David want me to do this or not?" So Rabbi says this was the hanocha of the Pashat. This was the attitude of the Pashat, the Chassid of Neville, that the atmosphere was more pnimis taker than Kremachug. And the code of Chassidus suffused them deeper even than the great maskilim of Kremachug. He says, Apinya Altois. Apinya Altois, I'll just tell you, was my great uncle's brother. Because I'm saying this because I heard the same thing. Anyway, Apinya used to say, after I've talked about him, he was a very celebrated and colorful chassid. He was the representative of Chabad in Yisrael from day one after the war. Very colorful man. He used to say that when the Chassidic chassid came back from the Babich, they would ask him, "No, what was the maimer? How was the maimer?" But when a chassid from Nikolaev, which is where the Altaises came, and the Rebbe comes from Nikolaev, came back from the Babich, so Rabbi Nikolaev, the famous Rabbi, was actually a sheikhet. Yeah, and his children, the Charitonovs are this big Balmanagen. So he used to ask, "How's the Rebbe? Was macht the Rebbe?" That was the first question. And I remember this, it's a funny thing, but I remember that when the Chaim Serebransky, Olav Shalom, great chassid in Melbourne, so he went Yuchva Tavshin Lamed, I was 13 years old. He went Tavshin Lamed for 2 days to New York. It was a Friday, he went there for Shabbos and came back to be the Yuchvat. It was a big thing to travel in those days, Bachlal. So the Rebbe was a big thing. He used to go to the airport to see Chassidim off. That's how rare it was. So when he came back, it was a whole excitement. What happened? What did he see? The Verbringen of Shabbos, the Kesser, the crown of the Sefer Torah. We didn't know. It was all distant. We didn't. This wasn't my uncle. This is Pinya's brother, Shmilik, as they called him. He just wanted to know how's the Rebbe's health. How does the Rebbe look? Similar thing. So Biel is bringing out that is, in a way, tifir. You need both. You need the Kemeshuk Chassidim, you need the Nikolaiva and the Nevel Chassidim. He's bringing out the Maila of one over the other. We'll see as the stories develop in the following pages. Okay, you have a wonderful day.